Hey everyone, it's Tiana B here, back to answer another frequently asked question ahead of our Ask TV Live, which will be happening online June 24th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So a question I get asked quite a bit is how I deal with failure. And as cliche as this will sound, hear me out. I don't deal with failure because I believe that failure is only a possibility if you quit completely, like stop completely. Until then, until you just give it all up and you just decide not to even pursue the goal, most likely the thing that you're experiencing is a loss, a setback, disappointment, but it's not failure. In sport and in life, really, losing is inevitable. You will lose. No one can remain undefeated all the time unless they, like Floyd Mayweather, step out of the ring before a loss can happen. But if he keeps fighting, it is inevitable that a loss will come. That's just the way it is. So losing is inevitable. Defeat is optional. What do I mean by that? I mean that I lose all the time. And what you are supposed to do in the aftermath of a loss is learn how to reframe the experience into something you can use to propel you forward. So for example, if I had a jump meet in which I did not jump well and I lost, it's my job to acknowledge the disappointment and the anger and the frustration and whatever arises because of that situation. It's my job to then sit down and decide and take note of the things that went well and the things that did not go so well, and to use that information and carry it forward. So that's a loss. That's not a failure because you learned and you are committed to using what you learned in that situation to your next venture or your next opportunity. Defeat means that you got out there, you did your best, you lost, and it broke you. And now you've abandoned your why for why you're doing these things, and you feel like you can't do it, and your confidence is shaken, and your esteem is in the toilet, etc. The list goes on. Just go down the rabbit hole. That's defeat. And that's optional and is solely tied to how you feel about yourself. So look, it's not a difficult thing. The difference between an elite athlete and maybe a younger athlete just starting out when it comes to how to deal with bad performances is we have an ability to reframe the performance and use that information to move on to the next. That's it. Just learn how to reframe it. I mean, we are amazing at short-term memory when it comes to bad performances and reframing the horrible performances and repackaging it and processing it as something that we can use later moving forward. So quick recap. Losing is inevitable. It will happen. Don't freak out when it does. Losing is inevitable. Defeat is optional. And that is all about how you're going to respond to the loss. Failure only exists if you quit. So don't quit. You can't be a failure if you're still out there trying to get it done. I hope to see you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on June 24th. In fact, I've got some pretty cool giveaways ready to go for that live session. So I hope to see you there.